Alright guys, this is kind of fun. So this video is a bit shorter than the last one. This is about a half-hour game. And this was also Admiral's Edition, but this was 7/18, July 18th, 2021.
Yeah.
So this is like
Maybe not perfect,
a week,
but
2
not
weeks
bad
later.
for randoming.
And this is Admiral's Edition. And this was the kind of, we played this type of lot. This is a random alliances game. So,
It's you, Sutee, Limon, and Jokarr.
oh boy, let's see. So we have Drayzon,
Yeah, it's not great.
me,
you have two good players, right?
Starmaster
We
Prodigy,
have Fu, which is like Lemon or Joker's
and
level.
who's the
And we have
other?
Tryptic, which is better than Lemon or Joker.
Oh man, I was too slow.
So
Okay,
it's like
you
not so
guys
bad.
are watching on YouTube, so you can pause the video and you can see everybody say who's top and bottom. So you'll know better than I will. So yeah, this was, man, I don't even remember this map. This was like an experimental map somebody made.
Well, we'll give it a go.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
true.
made this
Would have
map.
been
It
better
was
if
very
we had
interesting,
got the
but
same
I'm just gonna do dozy ass
still
shit,
kind
so
of
then whatever.
crazy. It has a couple moons in
I
weird
can't nerf
places.
myself if I
map is
And one of the things that, so some of these maps just sort of funnel you into a single conflict point, and I actually enjoy these. Like, this one takes it kind of extreme. You know, like that last one, the top and bottom can technically be divided into like
this map's too
a
big.
wall with 4 entrances. And if you have sensors on all 4 entrances, then you can see when the enemy comes through. But we weren't playing that way.
You have to shoot these
And
boxes
you
for resources.
you do get balance issues if you have too many bottlenecks in base fleet operations, because not all factions have the same turret strength, and so a faction that has good turrets is in a way better spot than one that doesn't. However, with that said, like Tryptic's mod has been improving the turrets for all the races, so
And
like
maybe
they're more
color
equal.
code the wormhole,
And I think Admiral's Edition
or
has been
I'll
doing
color
it a
code
little bit as
for you,
well.
like, you tell me which one is
Maybe I
wormhole,
don't remember.
like, edit the,
My point is, if as we balance the
navigation.
game and our little submods,
So that they're the same color as the ones they can.
you can have
See,
more
we have goals.
map diversity. So this is, as you can see, there's like 8 players. Each one gets their own little compartment, and then there's a bunch of moons in the little center area. And I believe the wormholes just connect horizontally, like closest. So like the one from the far right goes to the middle, and the one from the far left also goes to the middle. I think. I hope that, I mean, they might go like, no, he wouldn't do that. Yeah. It might be that the right one, the far right goes to the middle left or something like that, but I don't think so. He did that either. So yeah, I got Klingons. I remember vaguely this game because I was not familiar with admirals, and I'd been working really hard at my mod at the time. So I was definitely I did not know what to do here, and I was like, you know what? It's a slugfest. It's like 4 people from both teams are just going to funnel into like one fight. I mean, there might be some wing fights, but probably not. So I was like, this is one of the few times I'm gonna skip the small ships. Oh, that's right. Admiral Nat made this map. I think. I'm pretty sure. Because this is a test case for some of the map objects that he's added. And it's tricky because, so yeah, Admiral Nat added a bunch of special fancy map objects, which people don't use much because if you put them in, then you're no longer compatible with base fleet ops or Tryptic's mod. Like, you know, the map can't be used for this. And I've been meaning to put them in Tryptic's mod as well. I really need to do that. But, you know, my to-do list is unending. Ah, that's right. I found a little spot that wasn't in the purple nebula, and I was like, oh, that's a big nebula. So yeah, so one of the things he has is these encrusted moons. I don't know what they're called, but you have to attack them first to open them up, which is really clever. Yeah, the overall design of the map is a bit restrictive, but the encrusted moons are clever. You have to shoot at them, and then you can get to the moon underneath. And honestly, I've also considered, you know, playing with the idea of having limited moons, because in Armada 2, the moons are limited; they can run out. they just don't for a long time. In fleet operations, they are unlimited. They will never run out. And I've considered making them like semi-depletable, where like after they mine a certain amount, they reduce their output, because you can do that too. You can make it so that once you've mined a certain amount off of it, it still produces, just produces a little bit slower. It's tricky because, you know, some games like StarCraft have a full depletion where like all the resources just stop. So you have to win the game, and you have to keep on expanding through multiple bases. This game, you know, it's not as conducive to that. It's a bit easier to get income from the moons. And so, I mean, I guess you could have a play, right? You could have a game where all the moons deplete. You could change that. But if you did, you'd have to change all the maps, because like none of the maps we have would be good for that. Because, you know, a StarCraft map has like 5 or 6 expansions per player a lot of the time, and like that's because you keep depleting them, and most of our maps only have 2 to 3 moon pairs per player. So we're not prepared for it right now, but I've thought about doing it, and I know Admiral Nat has thought about doing it because we've talked about it. It's hard for us to coordinate because we'd want to both do it in our mods together, so that whatever maps were done were, you know, compatible with each other. Because the way the map editing works is, when you put something in a map, it's a permanent placement. It'll never change. If someone changes that stuff later, so like if you put a derelict ship on the map, and then later someone changes that ship in their code, like in their mod, it won't change on the map. If you have like a basic fleet operations map with derelict ships, those ships will be the original version from fleet operations. It wouldn't be like the modded version if you played with a mod. However, they coded the moons in a special way where it's just a moon spawn trigger, and then at the start of the game it spawns a moon. And this is cool because it means if we do change things, like if I were to change the basic moons in Tryptic's mod, it would affect every moon on every map that uses that trigger, because it's a very clever way the original devs did it. So that way, if you do make changes, it will affect all the maps. But if you did that with, you know, the encrusted moons or stuff, or if you wanted to have multiple types, because I think he also has like high yield moons in Admiral's Edition, which I've been wanting to do.
It's like half speed.
One of the things I kind of want to do, which I thought would be really funny, so because you can, for moon depletion, you can set the before rate and the after rate. You can make a moon that it has to be mined a certain amount, and after you finish mining that amount, the yield goes up. I thought that would be really funny to add. Like, I don't know how you'd even design that, like where you'd put that in a map design, because it's more like a bonus to late game economy, which in Tryptic's mod already you have like more money than you need late game. There's me checking. So like, I don't know how useful it would be for map designers, but we make cool stuff. So yeah, I went Battle Yard first. Let's talk about the actual game now. So yeah, I think I took Martok. Yeah, I'm Martok. I'm like, you know what, we'll just do some Forches. That's the Battle Yard Armory, and then you can start. So it is a delayed restart, but still. Vorches are like a very solid mid-tier. They're the first real medium ship the Klingons have access to, other than the Kadoosh. The Klingons do have a bit of a problem where they get stuck on small ships for a long time, and then if the enemy has something that deals bonus damage to small, like pulse weapons or adapted photons, it's very difficult for the Klingons to avoid that. But yeah, the Vorcha is a very solid ship. But as we saw there, the yellow player, who you guys all know who it is, but I have already forgotten, they've already got a Warbird out. And it is Admiral's Edition, it's not Tryptic's mod, so like the Warbirds are a little bit weaker, but they come out faster. Also, I think in this version it was still Research into Warbird Yard. I think you might have changed it to Star Yard into Warbird Yard, which I have as well, because it just makes, when you make the Warbird rush too strong, you have to keep Warbirds weak, because otherwise it'll be too strong. So it's funny where if you make it harder to rush Warbirds, that actually makes it so you can make Warbirds stronger, because now people can't get them as fast. Oh yeah, so I'm yeah, that's right. Encapsulated. I like encrusted better, but yeah, it's an encapsulated. But if the rock were removed... That's a pretty clever bit of coding that he did there. I need to check, like, I don't know how he actually programmed that. So yeah, I'm double yarding, and with the level of income that's about to happen, you know. Okay, yeah, I'm like, I should move up to like Lisbeth or something. So I think it's a dilithium moon. So I'm already on 2 dilithium, possibly 3, and about to be more. Yeah, it is. So like, if I get to 4 dilithium moons, yeah, and that moon placement really threw me off a bit because I was like, man, you can't put a repair yard near that moon, like at all, because it's surrounded by blocking triggers on all sides. But also, it's not that bad because it's a center moon. Like, if people are killing you,
That's the stream the game.
if people have come to kill your
It's all
center,
user
like,
show
it's not going to matter if you have a
versus
repair
game
yard right
versus
next to that moon or not. So yeah, now everybody, it's kind of coming out like, what did everybody choose to build? And I'm pretty sure one of our allies built adapters this game. There that goes, yep. Okay, oh yeah, so what do we have here? We have friendly adapters. I think Starmaster Prodigy, was he his normal teal or was he white? Oh no, I'm gonna get it all wrong and you guys are gonna know who it is. Okay, I could bring up another copy of this video. And I can watch the first couple seconds and I can figure out who it is. Okay. Okay, let's see. So, bam, found it. So, Drayzon is red. I am blue, Tryptic. Mighty Master is teal. White is FooFighter. Oh, hi, FooFighter.
Your headset went super quiet again, Mighty.
On the bottom, purple is WarpCore. Orange is Jokarr. And green is Limon. This is this is like
Extremely quietly.
6-7 months after he started playing, or 8 or 9. And yellow is Sutee. It's Sutee. He used a very happy name, but it's Sutee. She's been around forever. Okay, so yeah, I'm double yarding Porcha. Eventually, I'll hit the point where I'm like quadruple yarding them or something. But we shall see. Everyone's just trying to get ships. So yeah, those were Mighty Masters. Adapters. They're not Tryptic's mod adapters, so they can't regenerate, but they have high damage. Here's my ordnance. Oh, right. So Admiral's Edition adds supply generating capability, which is very important. And the Klingon supply generation is a tech upgrade they pay a lot of money for, and then all of their star bases, like Kayla stations, produce supplies. So that makes it important for them to build a second starbase because it doubles their supply income. And that's very important, especially when you're mass building like this. Because honestly, normally, in regular fleet ops, and a little bit in Tryptic's mod, although in Tryptic's mod they get other economic bonuses, Klingons would be kind of screwed in this kind of game because everybody is just building ships as fast as they can and not really fighting. That means that the races with economic disadvantages, like the Klingons paying more for supplies, have a disadvantage.
Blue, who's blue?
That would be
Tryptic, we're under attack.
And there's some more free ships
I
coming.
think my own voice might be missing from this recording again. It was just something about the way I was doing it a year ago. All my recordings were not capturing my own voice.
Not those. What are they called?
It broke.
Sims.
Yeah, those. Actually, those. Wilson those.
What?
Look at all of the Intrepids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, past me. You gonna help out your friends?
By the way, the field of fire in this mod is very good, Tryptic.
It's
Like,
exceedingly overpowered, and I made Shadow mad with it last time.
Ah. Telling me that the Lisbeth special, which does AoE hull damage, is overpowered in
We
this
are currently
region.
dying because you did not help me.
Like, I'm okay with that. And here we go. Death to the enemies of the Empire. So the Vorcha has that ability that randomly disables a subsystem, but for a long time. So it's really nice at stunning single targets. And there's, oh shoot, oh they came out of the wormhole. So yeah, Salars also have a single target stun, which makes them really nasty in skirmishes like this. And so now we have adapters and my Klingons. It is a 2-on-3 because the bottom team have a big ol' Fed roll. Man, Limon really built a lot of stuff. Jokar's, Quebec's, and Sutee also has built quite a lot of warbirds for this early in the game. He must be double yarding them. And oh, okay, there. And then Drayzon just teched up to Negvar, so he did nothing else. Oh, yeah, he just asked about allied repair, and I did not have it. Need to get that real quick. So yeah, those Negvars, Negvars are actually rough. In Tryptic's mod, they have a lot more defense. In this version and 327, Negvars, their defense is so low. They're so flimsy for like the ultimate ship of the Klingons. Oof. Yeah, I lost a Vorcha to Quebec's.
Lag is killing the cloaking.
Ah, yeah, Jokarr had some lag issues. He might have like given a repair command, and then the game was like, oh, actually, this other repair yard is closer. That sometimes happens. And my recording is not showing a lot of lag, but
before we GG, when we GG,
apparently
we quit one at a time to see who lags.
Apparently some people were having lag
before
issues.
you GG and end the game, say GG and then one person quits at a time. I guess we'll look at the retakes, and the person with the highest retake should quit, and then see if it was that person.
Man, I was really too focused on ship upgrades this game. I didn't notice my resources getting out of control. Like, I shouldn't have bought that engine upgrade. And I shouldn't be getting weapon or shield upgrades. I should be getting 2 more battle yards.
2 star bases to get your supply generation for you to actually.
Because I have so much more dilithium than tritanium. Because I think I have, well, maybe it's 4 dilithium moons, 3 tritanium? Or is it only 2 tritanium? No, it's 3. Oh, well, and only 3 die. But yeah, this, I'm actually judging myself, like my past self. This was not good.
Ultra quiet again.
I definitely needed more yards. That's a lot of dilithium overflow. And that all could have been more Lispets.
Where is the enemy? We have created a new weapon. Revenge is a dish best served cold. A battle has begun. We will drive the force. Yes. Where is the enemy?
Some Salars. Now this is where you get into
So Tryptic, you should build some pink things around this wormhole.
the joys of long-range warfare. Because when you have 2 fleets camped near each other, ships will constantly aggro to each other, and they'll fly off one at a time.
Why am I left on my own?
I think, yeah, like I looked away, and oh, maybe it wasn't me, but like, oh, okay, he went in. But like, your ships will constantly, like, one of them will fly off to attack the enemy and leave all the others behind and get killed on its own. Oof.
It'll be 20 minutes to turn around.
Yeah, that's rough. There's, oh yeah, and now Jokar's getting Sangs. Oh, why did I go in there? I need to run. I'm not playing this very well. Like, I'm getting, oh no, the Vorcha ranked up and then sent it back to the fight because it canceled the repair
I need
command.
to go down for my ships. which is good.
So in a fight like this, your best bet is just try to keep stuff alive. Like anything you
I
can
guess
get
they
out,
stopped because I said that.
try to get out. Oh, that's why I didn't notice this when we were playing. Those are adaptation module adapters, which are terrible. They were a terrible idea. The idea is that they scan the enemy and then they add like a little temporary weapon to each adapter, adds it to itself and one other ship, and then it shoots like random torpedoes that only target the same type of enemy as the one that you scanned. But it's so bad. The actual damage calculations are really bad. It doesn't do hardly anything. It randomly targets, so like it spreads out over targets. And the idea was it was supposed to be a counter for, you know, the enemy building a lot of the same kind of thing. But the reality is you want to focus your firepower. So it actually does better when the enemy builds like one of something, because then it will be the only valid target and the weapon will fire at it. The other problem is the adapter adds it to 2 ships at a time, one of which can be itself. But if that means you need, for every ship that has an adaptation module, you need one that doesn't to get the bonus. And sometimes it'll try to put that bonus on a ship that already has the extra weapon, in which case it does nothing. So basically, the adaptation adapters, they mess each other up. They don't stack. So you could have like 1 in your fleet, and that's all that you want, because multiple adaptation adapters will mess each other up, and they won't use their ability properly. So he's actually losing, like, whatever the offense value of those ships is listed, the actual offense is much lower because it's not working properly. I've removed the adaptation module in Tryptic's mod and replaced it with the holding beam module, which is much spicier. Because holding beam adapters can, like, keep an enemy from getting away. So now we have, yeah, I'm still overflowing. I built a starbase, pretty starbase. Oh no, it's not finished yet, the new one, but it's going. That was a tricky one because, like, man, you really want to build a starbase in an aggressive position, but if you build it too far forward, you'll get sniped while you're building it. And there's, yep, nanite diamonds. Who is that? That's WarpCore. Yeah, and like diamonds are like the final boss of a game like this. Like they will. There's nothing you can do against them. As I mentioned in the previous one, if you happen to watch through it, thanks. Nanites stack in this version, so once you start stacking like 3, 4, 5 castings of nanites on an enemy fleet in a big team battle like this, like nothing will ever shoot or move again. Like everything gets disabled. So yeah, those nanite diamonds are going to be a problem. Okay, yeah, so that was, I just finished the supply upgrade, yep. And now I'm going to get a, wow, past me, why are you doing this? Okay, yeah, so I'm focusing on getting more scouts, so we can see when they come for us, and we can hopefully coordinate a response. And I did get a starbase, yay, and fortunately starbase weapon upgrades cost mostly dilithium, so I can just get like 2 starbase weapon upgrades immediately. I hope I do that. So, and you'll notice the bottom team didn't, well, there's not one middle, there's 2 middles. So we're not actually ahead of the other team. In fact, both sides are probably mining almost identical amounts right now. But I am horribly overflowing dilithium because I built upgrades when I should have just, yeah. I should be running 4, possibly 5 battle yards right now. That's my bad for not doing it. And then the bottom team, yeah, like Limon has done a great job of building. He's maxed out his warpins, so Limon's production is going to be a bit slower, but he's getting Excelsior 2s, and Excelsior 2s are long-range ships, so they're also nasty in this. So the bottom team have really focused well on long-range firepower. Shoot, even Jokarr is getting Vorshas. Jokarr hardly ever likes to tech up. He likes to go for small stuff. And yeah, oh, I got cut out a little bit. I don't know if I was trying to field to fire him or what. I think I played this game really badly.
Did build that pig station. Very good at sneak past.
But yeah, oh, there's the nanites. Those nanites are going to decloak the Negvars if they get too close. We're not coordinating. Also, I don't even know what FooFighter built this game. I think he attacks Sutee one-on-one right now. So FooFighter's fighting Sutee, and I think he's losing, because I don't think FooFighter ever arrives in the middle. So we're fighting 3-on-3, but Sutee's winning on the right, so it's going to become 3-on-4 eventually. And you see here, yeah, Limon's doing a really good job of putting all of his stuff in our faces. Oh, that's the, I don't know what that ship is, that Federation one in the bottom middle. It's like the New Orleans or something. It was added in Admiral's Edition. And it has like an ECM special or something. Or maybe it replaces the Remor. Whatever it is, I think it's a support ship, and I think it does something that like lowers our attack power or increases their defense. So actually, wow, we're losing quite bad here, and I'm losing. I should have backed off. Like, I'm playing this so bad. I think I was really out of practice. Like, because like Mighty Master wasn't even there for the start of that fight, and I had a starbase right there. Like, and Drayzon was there, and we had repair yards. I should have just backed off. I should have retreated back to my starbase until Starmaster Prodigy got there. But instead I lost a ton of ships. I think I was overconfident in how tanky my stuff was. I thought I wouldn't die as fast as I did. Oh, and you see, I'm also microing really badly. I keep on sending ships to repair and then accidentally canceling the command and sending them back into combat so they just die. Yeah, I'm microing my ships terribly. Not that, even if I did micro them well, I don't think I would have gotten many of them out of this fight. Like, I think just based on fleet composition and the fact that Starmaster Prodigy wasn't there in the beginning, I don't think we would have won. But, oh, did we engine disable that or something? Well, we did kill a diamond. Yay. But also, when there's Federation warp-ins in the fight, like, even if you kill the warp-ins, they only cost supply, and he just calls in more warp-ins right away. Oh, there's my Lisbeth dying.
Every single one of my ships.
Can you maybe build a pig station by this wormhole now, Tryptic?
He keeps bugging me about the ping stations, except they keep dying. Also, they solidly have control of that. Like, I'm not going to be able to get close to it. So yeah, we've lost this game. The bottom team have won this game. Yeah, you see, I'm pretty sure off camera, Sutee just wrecked FooFighter in a 1v1 match. I don't even know what FooFighter,
because it's immensely
what race he was playing, or like what ships he built. I just remember, yeah, FooFighter wasn't able to join us in the middle because he attacked Sutee, and Sutee was having a really good game and is also a very good player. And like, yeah, so FooFighter got decimated, didn't make it to the fight. Mighty Master had some interesting experimentation with the adapters, but the adaption module is such crap that hampered him, and also his opponent was just going for diamonds.
Oh wait, I'm sure Foo will eventually use his fleet.
And I was building mid-range ships and not commanding them very well.
First, did absolutely nothing so far.
And I should have had more. And Drayzon did okay with the Negvars, but let's say Negvars have low defense.
Go and get him. He has a big fleet.
So yeah, we kind of just got defeated across the board. Like, even like I say, even Jokarr built Sangs and Vorchos and stuff, and like contributed to the fleet fights and killed stuff. Because like normally Jokarr doesn't like to engage in fleet fights. He likes to go raid people's mining, but this map doesn't let you do that because you can't get past. Yeah.
Don't forget to research your pin Tryptic, otherwise these little sensor stations are completely pointless.
Oh yeah, I forgot that too. In Admiral's Edition,
Field research.
you don't get cloak detect on anything unless you research it first. And it's freaking expensive too. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Like, the cloak detect ping tech for sensor relays costs a ton of tritanium. Let's see, how much did it cost in this version? Because he actually, like, Admiral Nat actually lowered the price of cloak detect
All you need
technology
to do is
after this version.
3 or 4 star bases.
Although you can see I am crazy overflowing
It's
supply.
to get going, right? But it's good once it gets going. Which is how it should be.
Yeah,
like,
the
it's
supply
expensive,
generation
so-
of this Klingon technology is crazy good. In fact, a little bit overpowered, honestly. Look at
Do
that.
you want to track to be my damaged ship now, please?
I'm getting like 1 supply per second. After lag.
It's right next to your constructor.
For the Empire.
And your fleet's about to get feted.
Let us get to work.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I can attack. I was overconfident in my ships as well. I was like, I'm pretty strong here. I was not very strong there. But also, I think the hope of attacking would make the game go faster.
My lazy's so annoying.
Yeah,
Got a monsoon where the
worse.
shields keep flickering on and off even after it's been repaired. It's kind of strange.
It's because it's laggy as shit, the game's falling apart.
Oh, did I manage to start that cloak detect technology? Maybe I did. I missed it. I just remember it was so much tritanium. It was so expensive to get cloak detect pings. Well, actually, they're not even cloak detect pings in this version. It just makes it so that it can see cloaked units, which is way stronger. Yeah, you see those? The defense value. Oh yeah, that's right. This was still in the same period as the last game, where this was the big one. This was the one where we like really complained to Admiral Nat afterward. You're like, Ultradium Burst is too
Still
strong.
don't have it researched, the ping.
Because like
Well,
the
lag says
the
no.
problem is it's on the diamond. The diamond's already like the single most overpowered stacking ship in the game. Like the answer to diamonds is to kill them before they get to be a bunch. And yeah, look at that. That was 7 of my ships at half health. Instantly. And the thing is, the energy recharge on the diamonds is so good that by the time I return these ships, like, yeah, I failed, like, to even get them in the yard. I think I canceled. My micro is not very good, especially when there's lag, because sometimes it misses your commands.
My ships take 20 minutes to turn the fuck around.
But yeah, like, my ships would take longer. Oh, I finally got the cloak detect technology, like, right when he was decloaking.
Oh my god, you laggy ass fucks.
So,
Like,
yeah, by the time
you
I
can
recharge,
click
like,
one at a time.
I repaired
That's
my
really
ships,
as high as retake.
his Ultradium Burst would be